The year was 1883. The island of Krakatoa stood as a tranquil guardian of the Sunda Strait, nestled between the islands of Java and Sumatra. It was a land of beauty and peril, where nature's serenity concealed an unimaginable force waiting to be unleashed. The Sunda Strait was a critical passageway for global trade in the 19th century, connecting the Indian Ocean to the Pacific. At its heart was the Dutch East Indies, a thriving colonial territory ruled by the Netherlands, home to bustling ports and vibrant local communities. This was a land of contrasts, where colonial ambition met the traditions of the Javanese and Sumatran people. Amid this human tapestry stood Krakatoa, a volcanic island chain formed by the tectonic forces of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Krakatoa's story began millions of years ago in the depths of the earth. Located along the Pacific Ring of Fire, this island was born from the collision of tectonic plates. Over centuries, the forces of subduction and eruption shaped its peaks, turning it into a dormant giant by the late 1800s, or so it seemed. But beneath Krakatoa's serene facade, immense pressures were building. The Earth's crust groaned under the weight of magma chambers swelling deep below, heralding a disaster that would soon shake the world. The eruption of Krakatoa was not an isolated event. It was the culmination of months of growing unrest. Scientific observers like Rogier Verbeek began noting unusual activity on the island as early as May 1883. What began as faint rumblings and small eruptions escalated into one of the most violent volcanic events in recorded history, claiming tens of thousands of lives and altering the global climate. This is the story of Krakatoa, a tale of unimaginable destruction and renewal, of humanity's resilience and nature's power. To understand the eruption that shook the world, we must first walk in the shadow of the volcano. In the late 19th century, the Sunda Strait was a lifeline for trade and culture, connecting the islands of Java and Sumatra. Villages like Merak and Teluk Betung thrived on the bounty of the sea and the fertile volcanic soils of the region. For the Javanese and Sumatran people, Krakatoa was a familiar presence, its peaks rising from the waters, a silent guardian of their way of life. Under the watchful eyes of Dutch colonial authorities, the region was a hub of commerce and control. Men like Captain Johan Lindemann documented the seas and Krakatoa's mysterious presence, a sleeping giant in a world of thriving human activity. Krakatoa is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, a volatile chain of volcanoes encircling the Pacific Ocean. Here, the Indo-Australian plate grinds beneath the Eurasian plate, creating a zone of intense geological activity. Over millennia, the pressures of subduction gave rise to Krakatoa and its neighboring islands, a testament to the Earth's ceaseless power. By the 1880s, Krakatoa had become a quiet feature of the landscape, its last significant eruption having occurred in 1680. For more than 200 years, the island lay dormant, its explosive past buried beneath layers of lush vegetation. But the forces within were anything but dormant. What no one realized was that Krakatoa was slowly awakening. Deep beneath its surface, magma began to rise, pressurizing the island from within. In the years leading up to 1883, subtle warnings emerged: plumes of smoke, faint tremors, and the occasional roar from its depths. To the people of Java and Sumatra, Krakatoa was just another part of the landscape, a slumbering giant they believed would never wake again. Little did they know, the peace they enjoyed was the calm before one of the greatest storms in human history. Reported loud explosions and columns of ash reaching nearly 6 kilometers into the sky. What seemed like a passing disturbance soon became something far greater. On August 26, 1883, Krakatoa unleashed a massive eruption. Columns of ash and gas rose more than 20 kilometers into the atmosphere, darkening the skies over Java and Sumatra. The air was filled with a deafening roar, and ashfall reached as far as Batavia, over 100 kilometers away. At 10:02 a.m. on August 27th, Krakatoa erupted with a force equivalent to 200 megatons of TNT. The explosion was so powerful that it was heard over 3,000 miles away, from Perth, Australia, to Rodriguez Island in the Indian Ocean. The island itself disintegrated, leaving behind a gaping caldera. The eruption triggered a series of tsunamis that devastated the coasts of Java and Sumatra. Villages like Teluk Betung and Merak were completely destroyed, leaving no trace of their existence. Over 36,000 people lost their lives, making this one of the deadliest volcanic events in history. The eruption of Krakatoa was not only a regional catastrophe, but a global phenomenon. Ash and sulfur dioxide were ejected into the stratosphere, spreading around the world and causing spectacular sunsets for months. The event lowered global temperatures by 1.2 degrees Celsius, creating what scientists now call a volcanic winter. For the people of Java and Sumatra, life was forever changed. Entire villages were wiped from existence, and survivors faced the daunting task of rebuilding amidst devastation. The Dutch authorities mobilized relief efforts, but the scars of Krakatoa would linger for generations. The eruption of Krakatoa was a reminder of nature's immense power, a force that can reshape the world in an instant. But the story of Krakatoa does not end here. From its ashes, a new chapter was about to unfold, affecting weather patterns for years to come. Krakatoa's eruption reshaped the seafloor of the Sunda Strait. Pyroclastic flows, consisting of hot gas and volcanic material, traveled across the water's surface and beneath it, altering the topography of the seabed. These flows also contributed to the formation of tsunamis that devastated coastal regions. The sound of Krakatoa's final explosion was the loudest ever recorded in human history, reaching an estimated 310 decibels. It was heard as far away as Perth, Australia, and Rodriguez Island in the Indian Ocean, over 3,000 miles from the source. The shock waves circled the globe 7 times, leaving a lasting imprint on scientific records. The eruption of Krakatoa marked a turning point in the study of volcanology. Scientists like Rogier Verbeek meticulously documented the events, laying the groundwork for modern understanding of volcanic eruptions and their global impact. The human cost of Krakatoa's eruption was staggering. Over 36,000 lives were lost, and thousands more were left homeless. The Dutch colonial government organized relief efforts, but the scars of the catastrophe would remain etched in the memories of those who survived. Krakatoa's eruption spurred the development of monitoring systems to predict and mitigate future disasters. Today, seismic networks and satellite imagery provide early warnings, potentially saving countless lives in regions vulnerable to volcanic activity. The legacy of Krakatoa is not just one of destruction, but of progress. Its eruption reshaped the landscape, inspired scientific advancements, and underscored humanity's fragile place in the face of nature's power. Muhammad Ali, a fisherman from Sumatra, survived the tsunami that followed Krakatoa's eruption. Like many others, his life was forever changed by the disaster. Dutch colonial officials documented the events in chilling detail. Their records provide a window into the chaos and desperation that unfolded across Java and Sumatra. In the aftermath, many saw the eruption as a divine retribution. Local legends grew, attributing Krakatoa's fury to angered deities or the spirits of the land. For the Javanese, it was a moment to reflect on their spiritual beliefs and resilience. In the wake of the catastrophe, the Dutch colonial government mobilized relief efforts. Food, medicine, and supplies were sent to the devastated areas, though these measures could not replace the lives lost. The eruption of Krakatoa left an indelible mark on those who survived. The memories of that day were passed. In 1927, more than 4 decades after the eruption, a new island emerged from the depths of the Sunda Strait. Anak Krakatau, the child of Krakatoa, rose from the sea, marking the continuation of its parents' fiery legacy. The eruption of Krakatoa was a turning point for the field of volcanology. It spurred advancements in the study of volcanic activity and led to the development of tools and techniques for predicting future eruptions. Krakatoa's eruption was a global event, altering weather patterns, inspiring art, and shaping our understanding of the interconnectedness of Earth's systems. Its lessons have informed the response to modern disasters, helping to minimize loss of life in regions prone to volcanic activity. Krakatoa's legacy lives on, not only in the scientific advancements it inspired, but in the continued need for vigilance. In 2018, Anak Krakatau erupted, triggering a deadly tsunami. The event served as a stark reminder of the ongoing risks posed by this region. Krakatoa's story has captivated imaginations for over a century, inspiring countless books, films, and exhibits. It serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between humanity and nature. From the ashes of destruction, Anak Krakatau rises as a symbol of renewal and resilience. It reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable loss, life finds a way to begin anew. The legacy of Krakatoa is one of both awe and caution. It is a testament to the power of nature and the resilience of the human spirit. From its fiery depths to its enduring lessons, Krakatoa continues to shape our understanding of the world and our place within it. Krakatoa's eruption in 1883 was more than just a moment in history. It was a turning point in our understanding of nature's power and humanity's fragility. Its echoes were felt in art, science, and the lives of millions across the globe. The lessons of Krakatoa are as relevant today as they were in 1883. Modern science owes much to this disaster, from advancements in volcanology to the development of tsunami warning systems. Yet, it also serves as a stark reminder of the balance between human progress and nature's unpredictable might. For the people of Java and Sumatra, Krakatoa's story is one of both sorrow and strength. Entire villages were lost, but the human spirit endured. Generations later, the descendants of those who lived through the disaster carry forward a legacy of resilience. Nature is both creator and destroyer. Krakatoa reminds us of its duality, its ability to devastate and yet to renew. Anak Krakatau, rising from the ashes, is a symbol of that eternal cycle of life and rebirth. From the vivid skies of 1883 to modern art and science, Krakatoa's legacy is woven into the fabric of our global story. It transcends borders, connecting us all through the shared experience of its aftermath.
Thank you for joining the time traveler on this journey through history. If you found this story moving, insightful, or worth remembering, please take a moment to support the channel by clicking the like button. It helps more people discover these important stories. And if you'd like to see more documentaries like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Together, we can keep these stories alive for future generations. Your support means the world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.